This is Dario and I'm Sabiha Samar. Here are today's top stories. Uzbekistan's economy is projected to grow by 5.3% in 2024, according to the World Bank, slightly down from the previously expected 5.5%. This growth rate is expected to reach 5.5% in 2025 and 5.7% in 2026. For developing nations, GDP growth is anticipated to average 4% per year in 2024-2025, slightly below last year's level. Low-income countries are expected to see growth accelerate to 5% this year, up from 3.8% in 2023. Global inflation is predicted to decrease to 3.5% in 2024 and to 2.9% in 2025. Earlier reports highlighted Uzbekistan's strong economic performance in 2023, with real GDP rising by 6%, driven by expansionary fiscal policies, increased fixed investment, and strong private consumption. The IMF noted that growth was high at 6.2% year-on-year in the first quarter of 2024. Since 2020, Uzbekistan has successfully reduced its poverty rate through robust income growth and an expanded social safety net, with the poverty rate falling from 17% in 2021 to 11% in 2023. Uzbekistan satisfied nearly 10% of US uranium demand in 2023, according to the US Energy Information Administration. US utilities increased their uranium purchases by 27% in 2023 compared to the previous year, with most of this uranium sourced from foreign suppliers. US origin material accounted for only 5% of total deliveries, the same percentage as in 2022. Canada was the largest supplier, accounting for 27% of total deliveries, followed by Australia and Kazakhstan, each contributing 22%. Russian origin material made up to 12%, while Uzbekistan origin material accounted for 10%. The EIA projects a maximum market requirement of nearly 197 million pounds of uranium over the next 10 years, based on existing contracts and unfilled market needs from 2024 to 2033. Uzbekistan has consistently been the fifth largest uranium producer globally since 2026, with reserves exceeding 100,000 tons, ranking it as the 10th largest holder of uranium reserves worldwide. Kazakhstan's trade with BRICS nations exceeded $70 billion in 2023, marking a 55% increase. This was revealed by Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Murat Nurtlu during the BRICS Dialogue with Developing Countries session on the 11th of June. The forum, held under the theme Strengthening Multilateralism for Equitable Global Development and Security, welcomed new members, Egypt, Iran, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Ethiopia in January. Nurtlu highlighted Kazakhstan's diplomatic missions in all BRICS countries and expressed eagerness to develop relationships in areas such as digital technologies, critical minerals, agriculture, infrastructure, and investment projects. Kazakhstan's agenda includes leadership in regional organizations like the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and the International Fund for Saving the Aral Sea. Nurtlu had bilateral meetings with foreign ministers from Russia, Turkey, Belarus, Iran, Sri Lanka, and Ethiopia. Kyrgyzstan significantly increased its oil product exports in the first quarter of 2024, reaching over 43,000 tons, a 37.6% rise compared to the same period in 2023. These exports were valued at over $29 million, a 27.7% increase from the previous year. Most of Kyrgyzstan's oil product exports were directed to Turkey, totaling over 24,000 tons, valued at almost $16 million, with Uzbekistan receiving over 8,000 tons, valued at $2.5 million. Kyrgyzstan's foreign trade turnover for the same period reached $3.7 billion, showcasing a robust growth of 29.8% compared to the previous year. Exports totaled nearly over $500 million, up by 12.8%, while imports surged by 33% to $3.2 billion. Turkmenistan is upgrading its electricity infrastructure, completing the high-voltage transmission line Balkan-Doshoguz to create a unified national energy grid. This upgrade aims to enhance the reliability of Turkmenistan's power network and increase electricity exports to neighboring countries such as Afghanistan, Iran, Uzbekistan, and Kyrgyzstan. Turkmenistan's electricity production is set to rise to 37.5 billion kilowatt-hour by 2028, up from 28.4 billion kilowatt-hour in 2021. The country is expanding its electricity export routes, including plans to extend its supply network to Afghanistan and beyond. Projects like the Kirki-Anskoy-Shibergan Mazar-e-Sharif transmission line aim to boost electricity supply to Afghan regions, with future extensions planned to Kabul. In 2022, Turkmenistan exported around 3.2 billion kilowatt-hours of electricity, with Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan as the primary destination. The country's electricity exports were valued at $165 million, with the majority going to Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan. Several Russian regions have extended employment opportunities to labor migrants from Afghanistan. Acting Minister of Labor and Social Relations in the Taliban government, Abdul Umari, revealed following discussions at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum. Regions like Chechnya, Tatarstan, and others have expressed interest in hiring Afghan migrants, particularly in the agricultural sector. However, First Deputy Chairman of the State Duma Committee on the CIS, Eurasian Integration and Relations with Compatriots, Viktor Vodolatsky, advised caution, suggesting that hiring decisions should be aligned with amendments to the federal law on the stay of foreign citizens in Russia. The Taliban government has expressed its intention to foster positive relations with Moscow, with Russian authorities reciprocating the sentiment. Russian President Vladimir Putin emphasized the necessity of engaging with the Taliban as the de facto government in Afghanistan. Meanwhile, several Russian regions are expanding restrictions on labor migrants from non-Eurasian Economic Union countries, particularly in sectors such as transportation, construction, and trade. That's all for today's news. Stay tuned for more updates.